Welcome to my channel, and thank you for choosing the Irish Fun Runner for my my topic today, which is it's based on crime in Ireland, and we'll go through a bit of the history. I think it's an interesting topic. Okay, so from what I see here, the murder rate was an all-time high in the mid 19th century. Seemed to decrease by the end of the century, and then by the mid 20th century we got the lowest crime rate of Ireland ever recorded, and it has gone up in recent times overall, but last 10 years it's gone down. For every million of the population between 1845 and 1854, 24, 1895 to 1994, 15.8, 1945, 1954, 3.4, 95, 2004, 13.7. So Ireland has the most, intensified Ireland has the most homicides since the Civil War. So I think this is close to its all-time peak. I think 2007 was the highest recorded since back in the day. Here's the murder rate. 2005 there were 65 murders, 2006 67, 2007 highest 84. Okay, so yeah, crime's sort of going up and down, really. It's hard to predict what's coming next. How much crime will there be? Okay, so in 2016, murder rate fell to a 21-year low. There were only 30 murders in 2015. That's the lowest since 1994. That shows good progress. But it's gone up. It's 38 in 2016, so hopefully it'll go down more next year. So Ireland was almost twice as violent in the 19th century, yeah. I think that was an old article though. I'd say it's even more now. It was twice as violent as it is now, I'd say. So there were 17 murders in 1951, 84 in 2007. That shows the increase. And the crime rate started to rise in the 1960s. I think that's due to the Troubles, the Northern Ireland, the whole unionism, fighting type thing, yeah. So murders in the Victorian area 7 times higher than today. The Victorian era seems like a mad decade, an absolutely mental decade. I'd say a lot of these people were out of their minds. Okay, the Phoenix Park murders. I'm going to go through some of the crimes in the 19th century. So the Phoenix Park murders. Phoenix Park, I think the second biggest park in the world. This happened on the 6th of May between 7 and 8 p.m. Lord Frederick, or Freddie Cavendish, who was the Chief Secretary, and Thomas Henry Burke, Senior Civil Servant, they were stabbed and killed. To be honest, it doesn't seem too bad. It's not mental. It's not like hundreds of people died there. Okay, so Munster Bank embezzlement. A guy called Farquharson. He was last spotted on the railway station at Amiens Street. I'm not sure where that is. And that was the last time he was ever seen. He embezzled, which means he robbed £70,000, which is a lot of money in the time. He disappeared, probably murdered, 1885. Ooh, mysterious. So then there's the Malmstrasse murders in 1885, back in the day. So happened in a cabin in Mayo. The Joyce family were nearly all killed on the August 17th, 1885. 12-year-old Patsy was the only survivor. Yeah, and that was. So I think 5 out of 6 in the family were killed that day, and 3 people were hanged over the crime. 10 were evicted though, but they say that the guy Miles Joyce was actually innocent. He was hung. So yeah, it just makes you think these people are out of their mind the way they'd murder people, even though there was a death sentence back then. Okay, so Irish escaped famine before going to New York, in America and other places, and a lot of them went to crime, violence. A lot of women became prostitutes to make money. So in the 1850s, half arrested Irish born. So 55% of the arrested in New York in the 1850s were Irish born. So yeah, I'm sure they get a bad reputation. They'd be kind of looked down on as a mental violent race who are turning the city into a dangerous place. I'm sure they don't look down on them. 35% of the prostitutes arrested there were in 1858 were Irish born. Yeah, so 70% of the admissions to Bellevue Hospital in 1850s were Irish. So I think the Americans wanted to get rid of the Irish and deport them somewhere else. So the Chicago Post in the 1850s said that deporting Irish will end crime in the US. So obviously they felt like that was the solution to their problem, the final solution. So in the Civil War, there was a 3-day riot in New York because the first 3 names on the draft were Irish. Yeah, so they're probably thinking they wanted all the Irish to go off to war against, I think they're set in the south of America, I think, from what I've heard. So they're trying to eliminate the Irish population there or decrease it. So there's a lot of riots and violence, and these people clearly thought that this was unfair. The Irish people tend to get violent and protest if they felt like something was unfair. Unlike nowadays, people just tend to put up with things, don't really just go along with it. So a lot of the crimes were minor crimes, half major crimes of Italians. Yeah, so the Italians apparently committed more crimes, major crimes, so a lot of this was smaller stuff. But didn't stop them from wanting to get rid of the Irish anyway. So Michael Manning, who murdered Catherine Cooper in 1954, he was the last publicly hung in the Republic of Ireland, 1954. He was born in Limerick, which is no surprise. He was 25 when he got killed. He was a carter, which means he transported goods by cart. So yeah, it's good that they got rid of the seeds. So it's good that they got rid of the Irish crime rate, or the Irish what's it called, execution. So people don't get murdered for their crimes nowadays, which is good. Unlike some places in the world, I think in some in the Middle East they cut people's heads off. So okay. In early Irish law, murderers were given a fine, and if they couldn't pay, they were executed. So that's how unfair the whole thing is. It's like saying, oh, if you have loads of money, you can just give us some of that money and you're free to go, you live. If you don't have the money, then you get killed. It just shows you how unfair the world is, but was back then and still is unfair. So between November 1923 and April 1954, 35 executions were in the Republic of Ireland. So, but since then, in the 63 years since then, there has been none. So if you say 35 isn't a lot, well, it's even lower now. So 1923 to 1954, that's 31 years. So it's nearly just over 1 execution per year. So in World War II, more IRA activity led to 6 executions. Yes, they're going wild. Okay, so this is my video based on the Irish crime. If you think Ireland is dangerous today, just remember 10 years ago it was more dangerous. 160 years ago it was more dangerous. Though in the 1950s the crime rate was a lot lower. I mean, I might have skipped something here. Wait, there's only 7 murders in 1951, so yeah. We're still not as peaceful as we were back in those days, but anyway, hopefully we'll get there someday. Okay, so this is the Irish Fun Runner. Do what you feel is right. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever, and I shall see you later.